by reiterating the words of Malcolm X, that we are gonna push and shake the bush vigorously until the freedom and the justice and equity flies free. Comrades are gathered today here as a declaration of the obnoxious, irascible, and cantankerous BBI report. We, as the KUSA, Kenya University Students Association, together with colleagues from Youth Against BBI Initiative and the Youth for Youth Kenya, are gathered today here to make a declaration that will give hope to the young people of this nation, that will give hope to our parents and give hope for our future, which has been intimidated. Today, we have decided, after reading, after a couple of months that we've read this BBI report, as youths from all the universities of Kenya, all 72 universities, and more than 150 TVETs, and more than 100 colleges have agreed that we are not gonna support the BBI initiative, simply because we have seen the initiative doesn't guaranteed for our interest as youths and comrades at all. Comrades power. Power. Comrades power. Power. First, the help loan, which has been touched on in the BBI report, that they are giving us a grace period of 4 years, doesn't make sense. Giving MCAs car grants for them to pass the BBI, but disadvantaging the comrades by giving them a grace period for them to come back and also pay back the loan, doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold water. As comrades, we are saying the BBI report, they should include they should bring us a BBI report that shows that the help loan cannot be paid back. We don't want to pay them. We don't want to pay them back. The money, the interest in help loan is much more than a common comrade who is hustling. Instead, they would have provided for jobs. We want the state to provide jobs for these comrades. We graduate in universities, hustling for 8 years down the line without a job, and somebody's telling you to pay back the loan that he has proposed in the BBI. They are just enticing us with those 7-year grace period. They are enticing us with a commission. They are purporting to provide a commission that will, a youth commission that they think it will guarantee us a favor. As comrades from universities in Kenya, we are saying we are refusing this BBI. It's irascible. 2, MCAs, the process is not legitimate. They are intimidating MCAs to pass this BBI report. The MCAs are working under duress. MCAs are working under a conmanship type of. They are being granted they are being given a car grants, but those who are going to refuse it, they are intimidated through EACC, through KRA, and through police. We want to tell the president of this country, as I had said when I was studying my submission, I said that we are going to shake the bush until the justice and equity and freedom flies away. As members of the
separation of power. Separation of power is a fundamental principle of good governance. Checks and balances provide efficient functioning of government in service delivery. The introduction of judiciary ombudsman is an insidious weakening and eventual crippling of the judicial arm of government, and we are here one today. In the absence of rule of law, anarchy, chaos, and destruction is inevitable. Minority voices. The role of women have been diminished and gravely reduced in the amendment bill. Youth and other minority voices largely ignored, and their core issues not addressed. We welcome the four-year HELB moratorium's reprieve, but we'd rather the government completely write off HELB loans from those comrades who have graduated by 2017. On tax breaks, we welcome the move. However, we strongly urge better fiscal responsibility, economic policy decisions, and focus on priority areas that can have a multiplier effect in jobs creation and economic boom. Business can only thrive in a robust, vibrant economy. We want an innovation and startup fund where young people can apply for seed capital and business incubation centers. We also strongly urge the startup fund to only be led at the board and its leadership by youths under the age of 40. As we conclude, we urge all youths to mobilize and organize towards a no vote in the upcoming inevitable referendum. We will be conducting a countrywide civic education on BBI contents, voter education on referendum process, and voting through town halls and barazas with youths in all the 47 counties. We will also mount an aggressive no campaign against the BBI bill led by youth leaders drawn across the different political persuasions from all the 47 counties. We welcome all those interested to join us, potential partners, financial partners, and development partners who will help us move this all-important agenda forward. Our democracy depends on it. Our clarion call is, for the spirit of constitutionalism, BBI must fall. For the rule of law, BBI must fall. For the future of this nation to be protected, BBI must fall. For the future of young people, women, and other vulnerable groups to be safeguarded, BBI must fall. We are against the document because of this. Number one is this. We ask that they have a choice referendum because there are some good things in the BBI, but they have completely refused. They have said we are going to vote as it is, as one document. So our hands are forced. Our hands are tied. We can't do anything. So we are going to reject the whole document as it is, because the reasons why we are rejecting the document are important national issues. There's no reason why we are going for an amendment. Most of these changes can be done in parliamentary bills. The only reason why we are going to a referendum is because of the executive change. And we know the reason why these guys want to change the executive and add those positions is for their own selfish political interests. It has nothing to do with the interest of Kenyans. And us as young people, we are telling them that we are seeing through the insidious lies. The other day, Raila was telling people in Luo Nyanza, in Kisumu, that there's a secret document that has secret constituencies in Karachuonyo, in Migori, in Siaya. Where is that document? In the first place, this bill that is before the counties, you can hardly find it. It is shrouded in secrecy. And that is the reason why we are coming here aggressively and saying we are rejecting it. We are urging every Kenyan youth across the country, mobilize, organize. We are coming to the counties and we are coming to the grassroots. For that, we mobilize and reject the reason why we are saying as to atungoji process, because Raila said that by Tuesday they expect 24 counties to have already passed it. So we know this is a charade. They will have counties to pass it. That is why, as we are deliberate and saying, we are waiting for them at the ballot. We are waiting for them at the ballot. And this is a message to the President, His Excellency the President, and the Right Honorable Raila, Prime Minister, that we are coming for them at the ballot. And we are going to angusha BBI. Sisi kama community tunaenda kuangusha BBI. We are going to mobilize because we are the majority voters. We are not going to listen to them. We are not going to be kowtowing to their message. We are not going to follow what they are saying. Watu wengine wanasema ati Raila kama amesoma. Sisi kama vijana tunasema sisi tumeomoka kiakili. Tumeomoka kiakili na tukikataa kitu tumesoma sisi wenyewe na tumekubali hii ripoti sio mzuri na sisi, and we are going to reject it. Them to pass the bill in the counties. It still invalidates the whole process. It just tells you that these people are not having a genuine concern or a genuine interest of the nation. That is why they want to convince the MCS to pass. Because if it was genuine and it was for the benefit of everyone, why do you give MCS a car grant? And why is it coming, a car loan? And why is it coming at this time? The timing tells it all. So we are still convinced. We are still not convinced that even if it's a car loan or whatever it is, we are urging all MCS in the counties that have not passed, have not debated and passed the amendment bill, do not pass it, reject it. That is our message to the MCS today. And the MCS that will pass and those that have already passed, we are waiting for them at the ballot come 2022. We are sending them home. And us as comrades and young people, we are coming into those positions of power. We are going to vie for those MCS seats. We are going to vie for those MP seats. We might even vie for the presidency. Yes. So we are coming for them. Let them have a warning today. Write and tell them that Youths Against BBI and the consortium has given them a serious warning. We are coming for their positions.
Just a point of clarity.
Yes. Kenya saizi tunateseka, tuko na maloni mingi. Hata CRB tunafaa tutolewe 14 million Kenya sote tuko CRB. Uko na 50 unaweka CRB. Uko na shilingi 100 CRB. Tunataka kama comrades wote sisi tolewe CRB. Wenye mtu mwenye ako na deni ya less than 10,000 shillings na awekwe atolewe kwa CRB. Mbona awekwe CRB na hata hauna chako? Na sasa MCA sasa wenye hawajapitisha hii bill waone uongo wa executive. Sasa hizi walikuwa naambiwa watapewa grant. Sasa hii tena imekuwa loan. Sasa hiyo ndio inafai waambie, inafai kwe mwelekeo wao waone, waamke kiakili waseme hao watu hawana nia yetu. Wanataka tupitishe hii ingawa kuja watena watu weke na loan hapa. So hao tunaambia MC wengine hizo kaunti zingine hazichapitisha BBI. Msije mpitishe, msipitishe, na mkipitisha tuko na nyinyi 2022. Tunawakujia viti.
So my final question was, you are...
Moja. Tumeomoka kiakili. Tunajua tu ukinipatia tao saizi ni hizi nisaidia. Ukiongea supermarket unanunua sukari, unanunua maziwa ishaisha. Unaona? So sisi tunajua, sisi tunataka uongozini, tunataka tukue pale decision making inafanywa. Hiyo ndio tunajua tukikuwa pale tutamake hizo decisions mzuri ya kubadilisha maisha zetu. Hao wazee wametuambia watatuletea ajira. Ajira ziko wapi? So sisi tunajua we have to be in those positions of influence, we have to be in positions of decision making to make those better decisions for us as comrades. That is the reason why in the document I said, there's a reason why I touched on how we can change our economy. And I said that we have to revert back to rudi kwa agricultural economy. That is where we can be able to start the work, invest in the right crop.
We come to the close of our press statement today. We would like to directly address His Excellency the President Uhuru Kenyatta, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Chinua Achebe said, "A chick that grows to a hen is seen on the day it hatches." The misery and secrecy through which handshake was formed is the reason today we don't have a hen, but we have a monster called BBI, which seeks to rip off further impoverished, already poor Kenyans through expansion of legislature and executive. The increase of 180 members of parliament will couple around 3 billion annually. Mr. President, instead of going around the country and lying to poor Kenyans and desperate Kenyans that BBI will add bursary allocations, can you work within the legal framework and establish 3 billion bursary kitty that will cater for those poor Kenyans? Mr. President, there can never be constitutionalism without a respect to the rule of law. You cannot pursue changes to the Constitution while you are overseeing the return of detention without trial. Mr. President, you cannot pursue changes to the Constitution while you are persecuting your political opponents using the police, the DCI, the ESCC, and the KRA. Your Excellency, you cannot pursue constitutional changes while you have disregarded more than 60 court orders, including 37 that ordered the return of the comrade Miguna. Mr. President, you cannot pursue constitutional changes while you have seriously interfered with the independence of the constitutional officers in this country, including the National Police Service, the ESCC, the ODPP, and the judiciary, which, apart from your refusal to appoint 40 remaining judges, you have went ahead, you seek to further interfere with the independence of the judiciary in the BBI by introducing a judiciary prefect in the name of judiciary ombudsman. We are telling you today, Your Excellency, as young people of this country, there is no constitutional moment. The proposed changes to the constitution in BBI are incongruous, egregious, deceitful, and selfish. We will not allow you, as the young people of this country, to rape the constitution, to mutilate the constitution with the assistance of your brother Raila Odinga. Your Excellency, on March 9, 2018, you told this country with your brother Raila Odinga that you cannot be leaders under whose watch the country degenerated into a failed state. Mr. President, we are telling you today, as the young people of this country, we cannot be patriots under whose watch the country was led into a wrong political directions. As young people in this country, we are standing up for the country and standing up for ourselves. We are cognizant and we are aware of the enticements we have used in the BBI, like for the young people, like the 4-year help moratorium, the 7-year tax holiday, the National Youth Commission, in an attempt to bait young people to support the BBI nonsense. We are telling you today, Your Excellency, we welcome the enticements, we welcome the 4-year moratorium, we welcome the 7-year tax holiday, but we cannot fall for your deceitful attempt to disturb and usurp the current constitutional order, which was fought through blood of the many people of this country. We have good news for you, Your Excellency. Instead, you don't need 14 billion Kenya shillings referendum to implement the 4-year loan reprieve for the education loans of this country. You don't need to spend 14 billion, Your Excellency, to give the young people of this country who are very desperate the 7-year tax holiday. Instead, Your Excellency, we are recommending to you here today that instead of expand that 14 billion, can you appropriate the 14 billion to Youth Enterprise Development Fund to facilitate young people to register businesses, and so that they enjoy the envisaged 7-year tax holiday. So, Mr. President, we are categorically saying, we as the young people of this country, BBI must, fall. BBI must, fall. BBI must, fall. Thank you.